How can you design a music video for a song that does not exist? I don't know, but I've done a lot of things in the past that made less sense. So my budget is usually like 2 cereal boxes and some tin foil. If I had the budget that Big Hit did, what would I do? Probably retire, to be honest. I didn't want to just randomly come up with a video idea because a music video could literally be anything. Sneak peek. The most important part of this process, research. Basically, I just watched all of BTS's music videos from where they started to where they are now. Pages of analyzing their music videos. So I broke it down into choreography, cinematography, production design, the song, and costume. They started definitely a lot more averse of color, kind of like a hip-hop school vibe. Most of the music was about dreams and happiness. No More Dream had a street dancing kind of style. Tons of camera movement, pretty gritty. The song was really rap heavy and aggressive. There were some colors going on. They really started to tone the color palette down in We Are Bulletproof Part 2. Minimal, dark, empty spaces. Costume was kind of a weird mix of sportswear and Versace. NO sees the start of making more of a narrative style video rather than an aesthetic video. They started to mix more vocals with rap. The costumes in this were uniforms, which was an element in a lot of their later music videos. Boy in Love, there's definitely more varied lighting setups than the past music videos. It started shifting towards Young Love. Just One Day, like a lot softer, and they play with shadows a lot in this video. Danger has really powerful choreography, super moody, blue and cooler tone. War of Hormone, it just seems out of place. This weird sepia filter on it, long takes, like steady cam. The costumes in this I actually really love. Definitely some punk inspiration. I Need You with me, a narrative video, didn't have any choreography, still blue tones, more of like a movie-like feel, closer to what their modern sound is. And they used a lot of symbolism in this one, which ended up continuing through a lot of their later videos. For You, first Japanese music video. This one like came out of nowhere. Super soft, a lot more colorful, moved away completely from hip-hop dope. The choreography definitely tends toward what their style is today. A lot more dramatic lighting and bringing some more color in, mixing some other music styles. Run. I would say that this is a music video where they started getting way more experimental. Fire. This one got a lot bigger. Background dancers, a lot more color and personality to their wardrobe. Save Me. Guess what? We're back to blue. Reminded me a lot of some of their older videos. Blood, Sweat, and Tears. This is my favorite music video that they've done. I really see the step up in quality, and there was more of a variety of sets, a lot of symbolism. It seems like this is when they got more budget. Spring Day. There's warm versus blue, big sets mixed with locations. Not today. This one was almost like movie scale, very epic, moving in more of a colorful direction. DNA. Compared to their old videos, complete opposite basically. Super saturated, super graphic imagery, geometric designs, mic drop, super hip-hop, kind of a reference to their old image but all incorporating their new image. Fake Love, tons of symbolism. They got the 4 elements kind of going on, the harnesses and stuff, you know. Idol, bold color and lots of visuals. The costumes were traditional Korean inspired. This music video was wild. Boy with Love, choreography in this one was fun, lots of colors, big emphasis on pink. It's a full pop song. And then lights, retro inspired, colorful but muted colors with an emphasis on teal. So looking at their last album, they were dealing with persona. I read a bunch of theories. It felt like the X-Files, conspiracy theories, and like the government. I don't know. Some people say that there are going to be 3 parts of the Map of the Soul series: persona, shadow, and ego. I do really think that they're going to continue writing in the vein of the self versus the version that the world sees. I do think that it would be interesting if their next album has a darker tone. Would love to see the next title song have an R&B vibe. So my concept: 2 cities. There's a top city that's a glossier, cleaner city. Underneath, a seedier, rundown city. There's this weird water coming from the top city, flows into the bottom city, and makes all of the plants grow. The idea is that you have to have like both the top, shinier personality and also the grittier, more rundown part of yourself in order to grow. Is that cheesy? Maybe. I put half of them living in the lower city and half of them living in the top city. I started out doing designs for their clothing. And if you're wondering how it's going, Suga's leg looks broken. So in the top city, we have RM, Jimin, Jin, and V. And in the lower city we have Suga, J-Hope, and Jungkook. That fit their styles the best. The three that live in the lower city, I decided to do sort of like a neutral blacks and greens, a little bit more streetwear inspired. And then for the top city, a little bit more updress, more color, light blue and pink. I actually did a lot of research to try and match each specific member's style that they usually wear when they're not being styled, if that makes sense. I just wanted to be kind of true to like their actual selves. Maybe. For the choreography, I would just love to see them use a prop. They have in a lot of their performances, Singularity, Serendipity a little bit, and also in one of their performances of Idol. So I could not actually build this set. We're gonna build a tiny version of it. I knew I wanted to build in this box that I had. Started working on the top city first. So I started off building the bigger elements out of paperboard. My hole puncher. This should be a good size. My hand hurts. I probably should be using tape for this. This might be a situation that you could say, I can't even draw a straight line. Can't solve your problems, but tape probably can. I feel like that sentence might be applicable in a lot of situations. I'm just too lazy to walk downstairs and get an actual paintbrush, so this is what we got. I can't open my black now. Well, I think I'm gonna have to go downstairs anyway. I could have also gotten a paintbrush while I was down there, but I didn't. I love making textured walls. A beautiful room. I did a wall on the side that was tiled. If it flips over magically, which things tend to do when they're wet, it's gonna be on the carpet forever. Cut out a bunch of one size piece and glue it on in some sort of pattern. Painting our little door handles now. So I will go in and draw on the lock. Going to assemble this. It looks like gingerbread. We have a window in the middle of the alleyway just because I thought that would be cool, not because that makes sense. I found this in our trash. Look at that. This is sort of a door to the other parts of the city and they connect the two. I did actually venture outside to gather some materials. I wish I could just be that happy. I'm gonna try and sift this dirt. Yep, that's my life. The sidewalk indents. Definitely don't want to press the whole way through like that. I am going to do a technique called embedding. I have my sifted dirt, pour that in. I feel like I'm seasoning a dish. Hopefully it will look like concrete and not just like a mess. Okay, I'm doing some aging. I just mixed some water with some black paint and then I dab it off mostly. Brush it on. Ice cream got a message. You need to cut out the pieces from your base structure where you're going to want to put light through. You'll shine a light from the back. These are lighting gels. I'm gonna actually put them on the set this time. This pile brings back memories of biology with those little slides. Oh, so glad high school's over. Ta-da! I'm gonna put a diffusion material over it. You could probably use plastic bag. Just hold it up to the light and make sure you can still kind of see some light through it. There's a little ladybug and I want to save it. We got her. I don't think she has any spots. Come back. The lower city. This one was actually really fun. I hadn't done something dirtier, grittier. Probably one of the most disgusting things I've ever painted. I cut out all of these brick pieces out of paperboard. I feel like I should be singing that Paramore song. Got a moon that you wish you could show. I want to be your dad. Gotta go mad. I will not lie, this took me very many hours. It's like building a card house, and I've never been good at this. I decided to make a brick wall with a door because I thought that wall looked really barren. If this isn't one of the saddest crafting things you've ever seen, I don't have my life together. It's fine. I mapped out the back wall yesterday. In order to give it the texture of a garage door, I am going to use a piece of cardboard to get the corrugated part. And there it is, right on like a toaster strudel. Anytime I had wood, I just Mod Podged over it. To make dirty cities, all you really need to know is how to dry brush. Don't put a lot of paint on your paintbrush. It's not a very difficult technique, but it's very useful for anything that needs texture. When I was painting the bottom floor, I thought about trying to tell some kind of story. I tried to really wear down the areas where I think there would be a lot of foot traffic. It's a new day. We start again. The ladder was my favorite thing to make. I made it out of wood scraps. Everybody in the family just gives me their trash and I make things out of it. So I haven't really worked with wood that much before just because I didn't have any. In order to make the pipes straws, I bent them. I wish I had bendy straws. That would have probably been a lot better. And then paper mache'd on the joints. Didn't really make it that much smoother, but I tried. I decided later that I wanted to add bunting banner thing that was all messed up. And then there's also a recycling chute on the side. Recycling. The top city puts stuff in there and then it transfers to the bottom city. I decided to add graffiti. That would make a lot of sense and would be really fun to do with Suga, J-Hope, and Jungkook's names just around because why not? My penmanship has peaked. I don't think I will ever write anything nicer than that again. Piece of muslin. I'm gonna put this over the door. Put random Korean words that I knew which are not bad. It was for the aesthetic. What part of my life isn't, to be honest? I made a little paint bucket which I think turned out really cool. The trees honestly didn't need to make it this complicated. Took sticks and hot glued them into a tree. Do they look like trees? I don't know, but they're like growing upside down and they're weird trees, so no logic, just aesthetics. With the moss all over. If you have any mistakes, that's how to hide it. I wish that applied to my life. Somebody that saw my other video sent me instructions of how to make a flower, so thank you very much. I used a piece of wire and then I wrapped a tiny piece of the moss around it that looked kind of like a stem. I made the air conditioners and electrical things, which I saw a tutorial and then I wanted to do it. My printer did a really bad job. I'm kind of fine with it. It makes it look older anyway. Once you like print stuff out and put it on there, it starts looking so much cooler. So here is my proof of concept, I guess, for BTS's next music video.
What to say? 나 죽어도 말 못해. 내게 헛만금을 주고 딴 데서 라고 I know things. 일상 내가 죽어도 못 치고픈 건 It's the city of the flower, city of morn. 쉽게 또 laugh fast at the western dome. 어린 시절 나 키워낸 후곡 학원 촌. 자 부산의 바다에 Say la 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 la. 푸른 하늘 아래 the skyline Say la 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 la. 아재들은 손을 들어 아침에도 손 흔들어.
If this was BTS's next music video, would you be disappointed? Let me know what you thought about it. I had so much fun making this. Like if anybody wants to discuss their theories, what you would design a music video for BTS, I'm really curious what their next music video will be. I'm sure it'll come out and I'll want to make something from it. And if BTS wants this to be their next music video, hit me up. I wouldn't say no. That's it. I say that as if this hasn't been a very long video already.